Two veteran lawmakers in their 70s announced not to seek re-election in December's LegCo race. United States imposes extra 100% tariff on China over aggressive trade actions, but keeps the door open to a leaders' summit. And the nuclear-armed North Korea shows off new generation missiles in a military parade. Good evening. You're watching Cable News. I'm Jeremy Zhu. With less than 3 weeks remaining in the current Legislative Council term, chatter is picking up over which lawmakers will stay and who will step aside in the race scheduled for December. Two veteran legislators in their 70s announced today that they will not seek re-election. An analyst brushed off speculations of an unspoken age limit for candidates, stressing that experience will be passed down to the younger generation in the legislature. Evelyn Bai has more.
Earlier in the day on social media, veteran catering sector lawmaker Tommy Zhang announced he would step down after 25 years. Following careful discussions with colleagues from the Liberal Party, his family, friends, and business partners. Insurance sector lawmaker Chen Kin-por, who has served 17 years, also said it is time to pass the baton to those who are dedicated, ambitious, and capable. Their retirements follow in the footsteps of LegCo President Andrew Leung, age 74, and Ma Feng-kwok, age 70. In a phone interview with iCable News, political commentator Lau Siu-kai stated that there are no formal or informal age limits.
I don't expect that a lot of older members will leave the LegCo. I still expect a substantial number of them will remain in the LegCo. If that is the case, we will still have some kind of continuity in the operation of the LegCo. And I expect the older members will share the experience with the younger members to make sure that the LegCo can still operate effectively.
Meanwhile, Third Site chairman and social welfare sector lawmaker Teck Chi-yun said he will not run for re-election, citing limited resources of his small party and disagreed with putting in age restrictions. So far, there are still several other lawmakers who are over 70, including 75-year-olds Regina Yip and Michael Teen. The election is set for December 7th, with the nomination period starting on the 24th of this month. Evelyn Bai, Cable News.
U.S.-China trade tensions are back on as U.S. President Donald Trump slaps an additional 100% tariff on Chinese goods starting next month, citing China's export controls on rare earths. Trump also threatened to cancel an upcoming meeting with President Xi Jinping, but later said it might still happen. Cheryl Yun reports.
In a social media post, Trump said the extra levies on China, along with export controls on any and all critical software, would come into effect from November 1st. The latest tariff hike comes on top of the current 30% tariffs, bringing the total to 130%, a massive escalation after months of trade truce between the two nations. Trump said the move is retaliation for what he called Beijing's extraordinarily aggressive actions that threaten supply chains, highlighting China's dominance in rare earths. Trump also accused China of trade hostility that came out of nowhere as a surprise, given a very good relationship between the two nations in the past 6 months, and said that he would not allow China to hold the world captive. Trump also said he has not spoken to Xi and there was no reason to meet him during the APEC summit in South Korea 2 weeks later. However, Trump later said the meeting might still happen.
But I don't know that we're going to have it, but I'm going to be there regardless, so I would assume we might have it. But, they hit the world with something that really is not anything that people are going to do, and it was shocking.
In Beijing, the Ministry of Commerce imposed bans on rare earth technology exports on Thursday on national security grounds. The ban covers items related to super hard materials, rare earth equipment and materials, and batteries, blocking their export or sharing with foreign entities. Cheryl Yun, Cable News.
Back to Hong Kong, the construction industry believes the recent installation flaws found at 3 light public housing projects were not deliberately caused by workers, but instead reflected site management issues, urging the contractor to review its procedures. The projects built by Able and Chunwo Joint Venture were found to have approximately 240 shortened screws, making up 6% of those inspected by the Architectural Services Department. Taking to the airwaves, chairman of the Construction Industry Employees General Union, Chelsea Kidd, expressed doubt that frontline workers would take such risks on such a scale without approval. He emphasized that workers know not to tamper with structural elements and suggested a management-level failure may be to blame. Echoing concerns about industry practices, Chairman of the Construction Industry Council Thomas Ho directed criticism at a pervasive culture of rushing work. He suggested that the pressure to meet deadlines could have been a key reason why the problem was concealed rather than properly reported. Meanwhile, engineering sector lawmaker Lo Wai-kwok said the contractor must seriously re-examine its site management, adding the fact that the issue was uncovered by inspectors but not reported by the contractor shows inadequacy. A 64-year-old woman was hit by a minibus in Tsuen Wan while crossing the street. The driver was arrested. The minibus remained at the roadside as the 63-year-old driver assisted with the police investigation. The accident occurred around noon when the minibus, which was not carrying passengers, turned left from HOYIBC Street onto Chun Long Street. The driver reportedly failed to brake in time and struck the woman as she crossed the road. She was trapped underneath the vehicle and sustained injuries to her hands and feet, and remained conscious when being transported to the hospital for treatment. The driver was arrested on suspicion of dangerous driving causing serious bodily harm. North Korea staged a military parade in the capital city Pyongyang to mark the 80th anniversary of its ruling Workers' Party, showcasing the latest intercontinental ballistic missile. Evelyn Bai has the story.
Overseen by North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, the parade took place at Kim Il-sung Square on Friday night, with the Guard of Honor and the combined military band marching in step to undergo inspection. The event reviewed a range of weapons, including the new Hwasong 20 ICBM, which the state news agency Korean Central News Agency described as the most powerful nuclear strategic weapon. The Hwasong 11 Ma hypersonic weapon, first unveiled at a military exposition a week ago, was also displayed. The upgraded main battle tanks, Chon Ma 20, were another highlight of the parade. Kim delivered a speech at the military parade, praising the Army's absolute loyalty and matchless bravery and its spirit of heroism. He also offered words of encouragement to troops serving overseas. Chinese Premier Li Qiang and Vietnam's Communist Party chief To Lam flanked Kim during the parade. Along with Dmitry Medvedev, deputy chairman of the Russian Security Council. They also exchanged views, according to Xinhua. The nighttime military parade marks the first such event in 2 years, the last being held in September 2023 to commemorate the 75th anniversary of the regime's founding day. Yonhap News Agency reported. Evelyn Bai, Cable News.
The death toll in southern Philippines has risen to at least 8 following 2 powerful earthquakes that struck yesterday. Thousands of residents were affected by the twin quakes, first a magnitude 7.4 trembler, followed by another with a preliminary magnitude of 6.8. The region was also rocked by more than 100 aftershocks, some registering magnitude 6 or higher. In Davao City, near the epicenter, the ceiling of a hospital collapsed, leaving rubble and shattered glass across the floor. The area was cordoned off to prevent injuries. Health officials stated that patients from several hospitals had to be temporarily relocated to outdoor tents and evacuation zones. Authorities said the potential damage was being assessed, and rescue teams and relief operations were being prepared and would be deployed when it was safe to do so. Travelers heading to European Union countries in the coming days should plan for extra time at airport immigration, as their new system requires passengers to register face and fingerprint scans at border crossings. Cheryl Yun reports.
Starting tomorrow, the entry-exit system will be progressively activated at Schengen area borders, digitally recording the entries and exits of non-EU nationals traveling to 29 European countries. The system will collect biometric data, including fingerprints, facial images, and other travel information. It applies to all non-EU nationals, including Hong Kong SAR passport holders, traveling for short stays of up to 90 days within any 180-day period. While the system aims to streamline travel and enhance security, travelers are advised to expect delays and arrive at the airport earlier during the initial rollout period.
This is an airport infrastructure issue. This is not about the airlines. So ultimately, even if you are stuck with the scanning, the aircraft might still leave. They have their schedules they need to work for. So anyone who is traveling in the next, again, few days, and especially in the next 6 months, please allow yourself more time. Get to the airport earlier.
The scanning process, which is free of charge, is estimated to take 2 to 4 minutes per person. Cheryl Yun, Cable News.
Thousands of Palestinians have begun returning to northern Gaza after spending their first night since the ceasefire came into force. A steady stream of people, most of them traveling on foot, crowded onto a coastal road as they made their way north. Some expressed relief that the war may end, but it was tempered with concern about the future. Now we're going to see if we have a place. We have no shelter, no place, and no mattress, a woman said. In accordance with a U.S. brokered deal, the Israeli military has pulled back from parts of Gaza, preparing to receive hostages that Hamas has until Monday to release. U.S. President Donald Trump announced plans to visit Egypt and Israel to mark the ceasefire deal's implementation. Reports said he will convene world leaders for a summit during the visit in a bid to rally international support for his peace plan. But uncertainty remains as both sides navigate how to implement the second phase, including the demilitarization of Gaza. U.S. President Donald Trump claimed that Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado, who was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize, personally praised him as being deserving of the award.
The person who actually got the Nobel Prize called me and said, I'm accepting this in honor of you because you really deserved it. A very nice thing to do. I didn't say then give it to me, though. I think she might have. She was very nice.
Trump stated that this year's Nobel Prize recognizes the achievements of last year's laureate while he was campaigning for the presidency. He reiterated that after taking office, he ended 8 wars, making a huge contribution to peace and deserving of the award. The White House had previously criticized the Nobel Committee for prioritizing politics over peace, emphasizing that Trump will continue to forge peace agreements. Hundreds of Hong Kong football fans rushed to snap up the signature red jerseys, preparing to cheer on the home team at Kai Tak Stadium in a crucial Asian Cup qualifier against Bangladesh next Tuesday. Jamie Liu reports.
A long line formed outside a designated store in Kai Tak Mall 2 before the sale even began. Hundreds of fans waited patiently in a huge snaking queue, and staff members were there to assist with crowd control. The queue extended from the sports store to outside of the shopping center. Many braved the heat from the sun to join the wait outdoors. The sale, which began at 11 a.m. today, only allowed each person to buy 1 jersey and 1 jacket, with printing services available for customization. The hype came after Hong Kong secured a dramatic 4-3 victory against Bangladesh in their third Group C match of the AFC Asian Cup qualifiers, where substitute Rafael Merkis delivered a thrilling hat-trick, including a 101st-minute winner. The SAR is now at the top of the standings in Group C and is due to take on Bangladesh again next Tuesday in a sold-out match at the 50,000-seat Kai Tak Stadium. Jamie Liu, Cable News.
Onto the weather now. Becoming cloudy with a few showers and thunderstorms. Showers will be heavier in some areas tomorrow. Temperatures will range between 27 and 30 degrees. Moderate easterly winds. That's our news tonight. I'm Jeremy Zhu. Thanks for watching. Good night.